Molly, do you have a permit for that? Come here, what are you here for?
I want you to tell me a story about the superhero again. I love that story.
Oh, okay. This one? Let's take a look here and see if we can find it. Long, long ago in a town just like ours, there was a bold and brave superhero named Wonder Man. He could run faster than a hurricane wind, fly higher than the moon, and he was stronger than Hercules. It was on one particular day that Wonder Man found a beautiful Danzaelia tied to the railroad tracks, and a train was coming. He had blindfolded her with her favorite scarf. Then suddenly, Wonder Man rushed to Danzaelia and stood between her and the train. Using his superhuman strength, he stood firmly and held the train back, pushing it away from her as hard as he could until the train came to a screeching halt. He reached down to untie her hands and feet and noticed a most unusual thing about the beautiful girl. Her toenails were as blue as the sky. He helped Danzaelia up and began removing her scarf when reporters rushed in with cameras and questions. He answered each question flying at him. Then when he turned to look for her, she was gone. He looked everywhere, but she was nowhere to be found. His eyes fell upon her scarf lying across the tracks where she had once laid. He lifted the scarf slowly, hoping that someday he would find the beautiful woman who stole his heart.
I bet he was sad.
Oh, yes, Molly, he sure was.
Tell me more, Grandpa. Tell me more.
Well, okay. One warm day, Wonder Man went to the park to read his favorite history book. He would pause from his reading from time to time and think about the beautiful girl he had saved from the speeding train. Just then, a fair young lady took a seat next to Wonder Man as he sat reading. They looked at each other for a moment and smiled. The young lady had a book and began reading also. The lovely girl sitting next to him on the park bench reminded him of her. The girl reading her book looked at her watch and realized she was late. When she stood up, her car keys fell from the bench, and with the speed of sound, he caught her keys and, glancing down at her feet, noticed the girl had blue toenails.
Was it Danzaelia, Grandpa? Was it her?
Yes, Molly, it was. His heart pounded with joy.
Tell me more.
As the girl thanked him, she was surprised to see him holding her favorite scarf, and she looked at his face in amazement. She knew now that this was Wonder Man who had saved her life from the train. And at that very moment, they fell deeply in love and embraced one another.
Did they kiss, Grandpa?
Yes, Molly, they sure did.
Yuck.
Oh, it's not so yucky when you love somebody.
Tell me more, Grandpa. Tell me more.
All right. As time passed, Wonder Man began spending every day with his new love, Danzaelia. Not a moment passed when he wasn't with her or thinking about her. They would do almost everything together. That's what it's like when you fall in love with someone. Wonder Man began doing less superhero duties and spending more of his time with her. Being Wonder Man was a dangerous and busy lifestyle. He would have to choose which life he wanted, to be with Danzaelia forever or continue saving lives as Wonder Man. It was the toughest choice he ever faced. Even his superpowers couldn't help him make this decision.
Okay, you two, it's getting late and it's time for bed.
Grandpa, what's going to happen? Is he going to choose her?
Oh, you'll have to wait until tomorrow.
It'll be all right, sweetheart. Come on. Come on, Grandpa. You've still got it.